guys.
Hey.
This is what is Ayo? This is Temi.
Hi guys.
And this is Ashley.
Hi guys.
And hi. Today is going to be the first instalment of a new segment on my channel called Sitting Down with the Sisters. The sisters.
Sitting down. You're not
we're sitting down.
And we're the sisters.
We're the sisters. So this is going to be a segment where we just talk about whatever we want to talk about, topics, discussions, debates, whatever. We might have guests sometimes, like, so that we have various opinions, but most of the time we'll just be us. So yeah, today's topic is going to be pretty privilege because it's a topic that I think we should talk about. So yeah, the first question is, whoever wants to answer can answer first. Okay, the first question is, do you think pretty privilege exists?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, I think it does.
Yeah,
To
I
an
think
extent,
so too.
of course.
Mm-hmm.
To an extent. Go in depth.
Why should I start? Okay, cool.
Elaborate for us.
I feel like it does exist because who doesn't like an attractive person? Like, do you know what I
simple
mean?
as that.
It's
Like,
true.
when you see, like, from studying psychology, like, you're more likely to like a person if they're attractive. Do you
That's
know what
true.
I mean?
True.
Like, I don't know.
Yeah, I
It's
would
just-
agree, you know.
Yeah, I just think, yeah.
Yeah, I think privilege exists because, unfortunately, in this life, we're all very visual. So sometimes you just take things on, like, first...
Impression,
First
yeah.
impression. You see something, you think it's nice, you're going to be more attracted to it, or you're going to be
Yeah.
more inclined to care about
Yeah.
something that they're saying.
Yeah.
Like, I think that's just, it is what it is.
Yeah, I think it definitely does exist, even to like older men as well.
Yeah.
I know it sounds weird, but it's like
Strange.
sometimes like you'll just be walking and then like from what I've seen anyway,
Yeah.
they'll be like, oh, you know, like, do you want me to buy you something? Do you want me to buy you coffee?
Yeah.
Just, like, even with stuff like
We're
that.
even going to go into that. We're
Yeah.
gonna just,
Yeah,
because
that's what
happens.
That's what I'm basing it on anyway.
Yeah.
But I know it exists in other areas
forms.
as well, other forms.
Yeah.
But that's
Yeah.
the most one that I've seen
Okay.
for some reason. But yeah.
So what is pretty privilege to you?
You know, I was just about to ask you, like, what would you say it is?
It's pretty. To me,
Yeah.
pretty privilege is like, just based on how you look, people treat you better than other people, if that makes sense. It's like the privilege of looking how you look.
Yeah, so like the
Yeah.
more attractive someone finds you, the more
Yeah.
likely they are to treat you better.
Better, yeah.
I think that's how I would define it as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think when you're just at an advantage compared to other people.
Just based on
you're
how
just
you
at,
look.
just based on how you look, how people perceive you, you're just at an advantage.
Which is
That's privilege,
unfair,
yeah.
but it
Definitely.
is what
It is what it is.
Yeah.
It really is what it
I
is.
mean, you can't sit and cry about it. You just
Yeah,
gotta
you
get
just
on
have to
with
move on.
it. You know what I mean? You just gotta get
Genuinely
on
though,
with it.
genuinely.
No, it's
Yeah.
true, you can't.
Because
That's
it's,
true.
I feel like it's something you can't, like, you are not in control of it. It's based on what other people think of you. So, yeah. Do you think you, specifically have pretty privilege? And if yes, why? And if no, why? Who wants to go first?
Ashley could take this one.
Are you sure about that one? 'Cause I think I want to answer it.
I think you're going to have to answer it.
Okay, what's the question? Do I
Do
think
you
I have
think
it?
you have pretty privilege? We can answer for you after. So maybe you should answer, then we answer what we think of you too after.
Okay, yeah.
This is honesty hour.
Okay, let
Don't
me be
do
very,
fake.
very
Don't do
honest.
humble. Don't do sit down. Be humble.
I'm just gonna do it on my experiences.
Okay.
Like when I'm out, I've had men like come up to me and be like, "Oh, do you want me to buy you something? Do you want me to buy you coffee?" Like I haven't had it to the extreme that other people have had it, but then I can't sit here and say that. I don't know. You know, I think maybe because I'm basing it on like the stories that I read on Twitter, like you know, some people with like their sugar daddy.
Yeah.
we're not
I think when I speak of people, I'm not talking about
in
that area.
Just in general.
But I think to an extent, yeah, I don't have it to the extent that other people have it. But maybe in some, like sometimes when I'll be in line, like a man will look at me and he'll do a double take and he'll be like, "Oh, do you want to go in front of me?" I'm not gonna say no because I'm I'm in a rush, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
so I'll be like, "Oh yeah, okay, thank you," and I think they'll see it as then like to initiate conversation. No, you've given me your spot, like
that's
it.
Done. Thank you, bye.
But to answer the question, to an extent.
I think she has pretty privilege.
To an extent.
I think she does.
Yeah.
To an extent.
It's okay. You have it. Okay. You go next.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay,
To an extent.
Because if she had said no.
If she said
no. Do you know why I would say that? Because obviously you can agree that not everyone will find me attractive.
Yeah.
It's true.
Do you
You're
know
not
what I'm
always
saying?
gonna be someone's cup of tea.
For sure.
So I went uni in Canterbury, which is where most of my experience I'm going to speak from, and majority of the people that live there are white people. And yeah, so I don't know if there's an attraction there per se. Like, they usually would like
other white people.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? Yeah. I wouldn't call it racist or anything.
It's just what
it's just what it is. But I would say I've had like pretty privilege. Like, for example, like after an event, like I went to a lot of events at uni. Like after a party or something, and I'm with my friends and it's time to go home, even though we do have our ways to go home, like we would get a cab or one of our friends like drives or something, or if that isn't the case, so someone would usually offer like someone we know. Obviously we're not going to get in the car with a stranger, but someone we know would offer like, we could drop you home, because they think we're attractive. And I'm sure they wouldn't ask girls that they don't find attractive. And I don't know if the motive behind it is you think something's going to happen after, because it's not. They'll be disappointed when just you drop me and say thank you, bye. But yeah, that's happened before. And also like getting in cabs and stuff. Sometimes they'd be like, oh, you don't have to pay, it's fine. I'm like, okay, well,
I get what you're saying.
That's lovely.
And I had one time an Uber driver, I think I was on the way to Davido's concert. I think I looked quite cute that day. He was really
I say if I say so myself.
Guys, stop it. He was really talking to me, like, it was nice, but you can tell that he had some sort of attraction there, but I didn't entertain it, and he didn't charge me.
There you go.
Wow.
It's just life. I think she has pretty privilege.
Yeah,
we've already made it quite obvious.
Yeah.
For me, my answer to this question is very political, because I was speaking about this with another group of girls, and I was like, I feel like there's girls that will have pretty privilege over every single like category, if that makes sense. Like in everywhere they go, they'd be eligible for pretty privilege, if that makes sense. I personally think I have it, but not in a mainstream way. So it's only to a certain group of people that I'd have pretty privilege. But that doesn't make me feel any less than. But before you start to say anything in the comments, I just think that some people are more. I have this ideology that some girls are more mainstream beautiful, so more people would find them attractive, like on first glance, while some people are more of an acquired taste. Like, I just think that just is what it is. So I think I fall into the acquired taste category, because not everybody, when they see me, would view me and be like that. I feel like that's just life, but not everybody would see me at first glance and be like, oh, she's pretty or she's attractive or something. It's more people that know me, or like a different type of person that finds what I look like attractive, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that does make sense.
I get what you're saying. Yeah, she does have it.
But I think you have privilege. Definitely.
Well, they were gonna always say that though.
Yeah.
No,
so
but you have pretty privilege.
Thank you. Okay.
100%.
The next question is, do you think pretty privilege solely applies to women, or can men have handsome privilege?
I think men can have.
I think men can have
100%.
You know those guys that every girl would just drop everything that they're doing just to.
And you know how women are, like, when they see someone,
or even like I've seen it in terms of like when, for example, like a popular guy, he's good looking, good personality, and then he'll start a YouTube channel. Within
Everyone
a day,
is
5,000
subscribers.
Even though he might not have like the greatest content, but because
he has no personality.
Because he's good looking,
do you know what I mean?
And it's not always a bad thing. Not saying, we're not sitting here like, oh, you've only got subscribers because you're popular.
It just,
but like, I mean, you are using your advantage,
your genetics in your favour.
Well, exactly.
So.
It is what,
no, and it exists. Like, I just think it's a blanket thing. Like for boys, for girls. Like,
it's not really a gender thing.
Yeah,
but I feel like females is just to a different degree.
Like definitely. Because you'll notice even little kids with Instagram pages, there's a reason why so many people gravitate towards them. Like, you know those mixed race twins, like they technically have pretty privilege, because if another mixed race twins that people just didn't see the same kind of cuteness in their face. Like they just have the privilege.
Famous,
they got 1 million followers just like that. They got this. It went viral. That's a privilege. Like it's like.
Because people find you attractive.
I get what you're saying. Definitely.
Like, it doesn't even have to be attractive sexually. Like, this is just attractive. Like, oh, you're a good looking person.
Like, it's nice to look at.
You're nice to look at, exactly. So they're more inclined to.
You have that mainstream beauty. In other words,
you know what I'm saying? So you're just somebody that's more inclined to get a reception from people.
Of course, I get that.
So do you think people should use their pretty privilege to their advantage, or is that a shallow thing to do?
I think for me, half and half. I think it depends. I think, for example, if you know you have a platform and people just naturally gravitate towards you, and it depends what you're using it for. Like, say, for example, if you're venturing out and you're starting up a business and you know that it's helping people genuinely, then I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing. But I think if you know that you're using it for all the wrong reasons, so for example, you're messaging someone like, oh, can you, here's my PayPal account, put money in there.
Just cause.
I think that's when it becomes shallow.
Yeah,
because at the end of the day, some people just can't help that people gravitate towards them. For sure. Like some people genuinely can't help it.
Yeah.
So I think it depends on what you're using it to do. Yeah. If that makes sense. So if you know in your heart you're only using it just to advance yourself or to be superior than someone else, then that's when it becomes shallow. Yeah. But if you know you're using it because you have a greater cause in your mind, then I don't know, it's not so bad, but you know,
it's just different.
Yeah, it's different. I feel like.
What do you think? I think it's healthy to be aware that you have it. Because one thing that annoys me is when people like to act oblivious to things. Yeah. Like, if you know you have it, sweet. It doesn't mean you need to be arrogant. Doesn't mean that you need to be, you know, what's that word?
Just know it exists.
Know it exists and know that you possess it. Know that when people see you, they're like, oh wow, like oh this. Yeah, embrace it even. Yeah. Because one thing I always used to tell her, for instance. I don't think you saw me point her. Like, she's a beautiful person. People are going to be attracted to what she looks like. So I was like, use it like to your advantage in terms of if people offer you to do modelling or if people offer you to like be a promoter for something, like
you're not gonna say no. Do you know what I mean? Use it to your, because you never know who you're gonna come across. Exactly. Like, think of in terms of networking, stuff like that. You just you never know.
Yeah, it's like it's literally a God-given advantage in some cases, because it's like, wow, like, okay, what another girl on Instagram, Tamara India, if you guys know who that is.
She's so pretty.
She's so pretty. Like, she has a YouTube channel now, but before she had a YouTube, it was just Instagram. People thought she was pretty. They like her pictures. That's it.
That did help.
It's okay. Do you know what I mean? And it builds it. Like, even Yvonne Victoria, the dark skin one.
Yeah.
Like, she's been popular
you can benefit of it.
Yeah. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. I think with what they're doing, I think it's not bad. It's not. I don't think it's.
That's how they look.
Yeah.
Like, what can you do?
They can't help it.
And a lot of the time, it's how they naturally look too. Yeah. So what can you do?
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. They can't help but people gravitating towards them. Yeah. What can you do?
It's like rejecting an offer. I'm not gonna say no.
Do you know what I mean? As long as it's not in conflict with your morals.
Exactly.
That's
you know what I mean?
Exactly.
100%.
I agree with that.
As long as you're comfortable with what you're doing, you're happy with it.
And as long as you don't lose yourself in the process.
Don't get
a lot of people can become so like arrogant after a while.
Don't get so consumed by it that you think, because at the end of the day, you're not going to look the way you look forever. If that makes sense. Like, by the time you reach 40, 50, by God's grace, we will be looking finer.
It's still gonna be
finer than wine. You know. But at the end of the day, like, make sure you have substance. Make sure that you don't just depend on your looks to get you places. For sure. Because it will come a point where your looks will not get you anywhere else. And then your personality, that's where it comes in. Do you know what I mean?
So, because I'm sure so many people, like, in this generation, especially because it's such a visual social media generation, like, they're so concerned with looking good that their inside is just rotten.
That is so
you can't hold a conversation with such people because all they do is flutter their eyelashes and they think the world. You know what I'm saying?
Unfortunately, it doesn't work like that.
You still need to be able to talk. You know?
Exactly.
Like, and what I've realised as well is that a lot of like famous Instagram pretty girls, I feel like they've all befriended
each other. Yeah.
They've all befriended each other, and that's not a bad thing. By all means, do what you got to do, to each their own. I can't sit here and say, oh, they're not genuinely friends.
Yeah.
But in terms of that, it's just, you have to be careful as well. You have to be really careful.
I get what you mean.
You have to be really careful
because it then becomes a sort of like, you can't sit with us thing.
Yeah, and it becomes a low key competition thing.
Yeah. Because some girls get insecure about these things. I'm sure, if you're not like confident or like assured of yourself, it's very easy to become.
And a lot of them are young as well.
Yeah,
really
for sure.
Young.
It's very easy to be impressionable, like, about stuff like that, because you notice, oh, this is the attention they're getting, I want it too. And it's like, it's very easy, but you know,
each to their own.
For sure, each to their own. If you have anything else you want to say on the topic, girls.
Is that it for the question?
Yeah, that was the last question.
I don't have anything else to say.
You didn't answer the one though. Do you think you should use it to your advantage?
Oh yeah, you didn't say anything.
Yeah, like, I genuinely agree with what you both said. Like, you can have benefits from it, but obviously if it's for the greater good,
Yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
exactly.
Like do it. I don't know.
Yeah,
Just
if-
use it properly.
Yeah, don't overdo it, because then it's just
Be wise with it.
Yeah, karma's real. So whatever you're
Be
doing, if you
wise.
don't have good intention, it's always gonna come back. So,
Yeah, and from a Christian point of view, every good thing comes from God.
exactly.
So the fact that you have it doesn't. God gave it to you, so He's not saying like don't use it, because you know some
because He
people
can take
like,
it away.
that too.
Yeah.
But like the same way, you know, some people are like, oh, don't embrace your curves. God gave those kind of things to you.
Yeah.
Like, there's a way to embrace it without being a stumbling block, without being,
Exactly.
like, do you get what I'm saying? So
100%.
do the right thing with it. You know, glorify God with it.
Exactly.
And the people saying, "Oh, don't use it," those are the ones that are.
But
They're
why?
just
What-
a lot of them are jealous too.
And if you
Yeah.
ask those people, why shouldn't I use it? They don't have genuine reason.
Yeah,
They're just
they're
jealous.
Oh, you know, there's more. Oh,
Like,
don't base it on
there's
your.
no
shut
reason
your
why
mouth.
you shouldn't.
Shut
There's no
it.
reason why you shouldn't use it. so.
Like, it is what it is
It
at the
really
end of the
is.
day. But yes,
So
guys,
true.
if you like this video and you want more videos, I'm sure you will, because I think this video is a great video. If there's a topic you want us to talk about, leave it down below.
In the
Check
comments.
check out their social media, and we'll see you in our next video, guys.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Great video.
Yeah.
But if you
Oh,
want,
post them. Do you not do that? You know when she's talking, how do you not?
yeah, you have to keep it. You
Sorry.
know, keep it going.
She's talking like this. There's definitely
Yeah, whoa.
Oh,
There's
you're
no
now.
one.
Whoa.
Bye guys, peace to the Middle East.
Oh.
ADE.
Africans do